A spotted animal who's hard of hearing? Not Norm the drowsy dog, even though he shares those qualities. Stay tuned to see who we're going to be talking about. Hey there, hi, and welcome to another episode of Sit and Spin with me, your host Joe. With me as always, Norm the drowsy dog, my faithful companion. And today, I got a special show going out to all my old school rock fans. Figured, been having all this mellow stuff and some new stuff recently. And even though this is a new release, it features an older band. But we're going to be talking about the new concert release from Def Leppard called Viva Hysteria. That's right, this is a live concert show that Def Leppard did at The Joint, otherwise known as the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, during an 11-day stint that the band performed there back in earlier this year in April of March. And it is essentially the whole Hysteria album recorded live, plus a lot of other bonus cool goodies. Hysteria, of course, was the band's most popular release, and most successful, I should say. Released back in 1987 in August. It went on to be number one on the US charts, the UK charts, the Australian charts. It spent 96 weeks in total in the top 40 part of the Billboard Top 200 charts. And in October of 1988, finally went to number one and held the number one spot along with their single Love Bites. That album spawned 7 hit singles in total and is awarded 12 times platinum status, something most bands today couldn't even dream of attempting. Most of them would be lucky if they hit platinum, period. But one of the few bands in history that holds that distinction. But Def Leppard Viva Hysteria, as I said, features the whole Hysteria album live in concert, performed from beginning to end, as well as a little encore of Photograph and Rock of Ages from Pyromania. And you can get this album in a couple sets. You can get the deluxe edition like I have, which is 2 CDs and a Blu Ray. It also comes as 2 CDs and a DVD for you folks who don't have a Blu Ray player. And if you don't care about having the music on CDs, you can just get just the DVD or just the Blu Ray alone. Personally, this is the way to go as far as you get a better value for the whole set. And some great stuff, especially if you're a Def Leppard fan. Disc 1 pretty much of the CD pretty much comprises the Hysteria concert, as I mentioned previously, while Disc 2 is pretty much comprised of the Dead Flatbird set. Dead Flatbird being a joke name that the band came up with for themselves to open their shows as the world's greatest Def Leppard tribute band. Kind of a joke that they got from Phil Collins, the band's guitarist. When his wife was pregnant with their son back in the day, she was going to Lamaze classes, and she had a friend in the Lamaze classes who basically said, "Isn't your husband in a rock band?" And she goes, "Yeah, he's in Def Leppard." And the woman heard her, and she said, "Dead Flatbird?" And when she told the story back to Phil, they all thought it was funny, and so they resurrected it years later. But the Dead Flatbird stuff can be found as bonus material on the actual concert itself, so all these songs, you can still see them and view them. But it's really cool. They do a couple of choice covers and a lot of great older Def Leppard material. They do some songs from On Through the Night, the debut album. They perform most of the High and Dry album, which after Hysteria, or probably in tandem with Hysteria, is my favorite Def Leppard album of all time. And a couple of other favorite Def Leppard tunes from the ages. They do a title track from Slang. They do Promises from Euphoria. It's great stuff, all in all. Good performance. I kind of actually like it better than the Hysteria performance, even though that's quite good. The Leppard Boys, of course, it's been 26 years since Hysteria came out. Definitely starting to show their age, except Phil Collins. Dude, he's jacked. Cut like a knife. But Joe Elliott, he's always had kind of a raspy, gruff voice, but can't, he's singing in a little bit of a lower register these days, can't quite hit the high notes like he used to. But, when you're performing out there singing for as long as these guys have been doing it, and even me, man, I'm not a professional singer, but even I can't hit the high notes like I could back in the day. So I can't cut him slack for that. Otherwise, the show is great, looks beautiful in high def, the band sounds amazing, well worth picking up. Viva Hysteria, Def Leppard, go out and get it yourself. And thanks for tuning into the show. For me, for Norm the Drowsy Dog. Hopefully you're checking out my friend Scott over at Righteous Vinyl and the guys at the Riff of Today, Gino, Sean, and Pete Zabo, as well as all the other people who contribute to that site. like myself occasionally. We will catch you next time on Sit and Spin, where we'll have some other new music for you and other good stuff coming up. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.